Always a good idea to clear your throat before starting any transmission, whether in person, live, or over the internet. Welcome to Dead Air. Holy cow. I am very, very excited about today's show. Hello, what's up, Brian?
What's up, buddy?
What's going on? I am just thrilled to have somebody that hasn't been on this podcast before, and just a talented. Hello, Colette?
Hello, Brian.
Oh, wow, you speak.
I've been on their show before.
No, you have.
No, but it's been a while.
It's been quite some time.
You have parade of horse before you had me.
Yeah, we had quite a number of questionable guests with questionable occupations.
I mean, I'll die not knowing why you haven't had me back sooner. Literally, all I did was drop comedy bombs
Right.
when I was on. So, are you jealous? Are you intimidated?
Intimidated. That would be the best, yeah. Totally
My
intimidated.
My guess.
And you know I don't really like handicapped people, so that doesn't help. No, that's not true. John, my first guest is John Wolff, a comedian in his own right, a new friend of mine that I've met here in Austin, Texas. John, we're going to swear you in now. Michael, you've already been sworn in. You will be sworn in. Get ready. Colette, and Bible, Quran, or the Yellow Pages.
Which one did you do whenever you did it, Michael?
I don't remember.
I'll do the
You gotta
Bible.
get in that mic.
We'll do the Quran.
Oh, wow, the Quran.
Yeah.
Very good. Second guest to do the Quran. Do you swear
Who's
to tell
the first?
The first was...
Last week, was it?
I'll have to look at the videotape. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth to help you God while you're on dead air?
I do.
All right, John, thank you. Tell us a little about yourself.
What do you want to know? Where am I from? Or origin story?
Okay,
Stuff like
no,
that?
that's fine. That's your answer.
Is that what you want to know?
Well, no, I can't tell you what to say. I can't coach you.
That's fair.
Tell us a little about yourself.
Well, it all...
I don't know what else I can say,
Yeah,
John.
I mean,
John, why don't we
the
just give you a
question-
few minutes to collect yourself?
The question couldn't be clearer. How do you fuck up that question? Literally not about someone else, not about someplace else, not about somewhere else. Tell me about yourself. And you fuck up that. Now, who guards
Hey, you break it up. Break it up now, guys. Break it up. We're not going to start this podcast off on a toxic, So, Colette, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Quran, Bible, or the Yellow Pages?
Shabbat Shalom. Do you have the Torah?
Negative.
Bible, please.
Man,
Oh.
you really stumped Holtzman with the Torah. Almost had to stop the show.
I'm going to have to add a Torah to this. I'm going to need a suitcase just for the books. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth to help you God while you're on dead air?
I do.
Thank you. Tell us a little about yourself, why you're here. Who do you know? What do you do?
Oh, be careful, too, with your answer.
I'm Colette. I'm the nurse/girlfriend for Michael Lehrer.
Yeah.
And I'm
Caregiver?
caregiver.
And you're not Filipino?
I'm not Filipino.
Holy cow, we've got a first. We've got a caregiver that's not a Filipino.
The Filipinos, when they're my caregivers, they die too easy during sex.
So you're the caregiver and the girlfriend/girlfriend. Where are you originally from?
Buffalo, New York.
And how do you like California?
I liked
you're in Austin now.
I liked California while we were there. Currently in Austin, I've been here for about a month now. It's cozy. It's a little reminiscent of back home in Buffalo size-wise, and the culture seems very interesting here.
And the
I've
glasses, is
adjusted
that
to it.
star-sighted, nearsighted, or far-sighted? What's the prescription, if you do? If you want, if you can
all of
divulge
the-
that.
All of the above. They're progressives.
Progressives.
Ah.
So they'll change prescriptions as you change
That's
distance.
transition.
Transition.
Transition has they shade.
Lenscrafters or
No, these are progressives I can see near and far at the same time.
Costco Lenscrafters. Where did you find those glasses? They're kind of unique.
Koreatown in
Koreatown.
Los Angeles.
Wow.
Fucking silly Jesse Raphael over here. I mean,
Very good, and that's a nice bright.
You just did 5 minutes. Her glasses. That's her show.
And that's a beautiful, nice little yellow sweater. Not too heavy, not too light, just the right kind of texture. And a matching beige, looks like a full-length dress with some stockings or leggings underneath. You're good to go. You look great.
I am good to go. Thank you. You look good as well.
Wow, thank you.
Which part were you, caregiver first or girlfriend first?
Girlfriend first.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you like that, John. John, have you decided to tell us a little about yourself?
Now I'm over the question. I'm past it at this point.
Now it's to my friend Michael Lehrer, who's been
We're
on.
not friends.
We've been on Dead. You've been on Dead Air before. We're happy to have you back. Tell us what's going on with you and how do you like Austin?
I love Austin. I'm having the time of my life. I'm doing great comedy. I'm playing poker. I'm fucking a bunch of chicks on the side of Colette. But I'm loving it, man.
Good. I'm glad. that it's working out. And anything new, Brian? What's going on with you? You've got some. Where'd you get that projector? That new 8mm, the vintage projection machine. That's pretty cool.
It was a drunk eBay purchase.
Wow.
I was just looking at. I like looking at retro stuff. Like projectors and shit. And I bought an old projector.
Wow.
8mm.
This is that was Bad Ashley in leading us in with the music, and they are a fusion, a great band of just great sound. Today is June 4th, episode 57, and the temperature today is 75 degrees. But these recordings were taken at 11:37 a.m., so quite likely they have changed, more or less, probably increased.
Also, if you're not gonna mention the humidity, that number don't mean shit.
No, I have the humidity. I haven't gotten to it yet, Michael.
Pardon fucking me.
75 degrees. It's 81 now. 23.9% Celsius. Biometric pressure is 29.99 inches of mercury. The dew point is 66 degrees or 18.9 degrees Celsius. I just love the way your hair comes out of your head. The winds are northeast at 5 miles per hour. The moon is a waving crescent tonight, so look for the waning crescent. Sunset is 8:29 p.m. Don't you love it when it gets dark real late?
Isn't your cock called the waning crescent?
And the sunset, the humidity is 76% is the humidity.
Oh, thank you. Pretty high.
Pretty sticky, yeah.
It makes the actual temperature feel hotter.
Right, it'll increase how you feel.
I like it. I bet you're too much of a pussy for Texas's humidity.
No, I was in Southeast Asia during the Great War, so I'm used to jungle temperatures or humidity.
Sucked off by living.
Okay, all right. We're gonna have to adjust his
Can we get back to the
microphone.
humidity here?
That's a beautiful tank top.
Yeah, baby, Riff Raff, Texas is on.
The UV is 3. The air quality is 49 and good. Visibility is 10 miles an hour, and the chance of rain is 30%.
5 more days of rain.
Oh, is that right? Mm-hmm. Wow. So
It's been raining, 2 weeks now?
I installed new windshield wipers on my vehicle,
Ooh.
knowing that this would be quite a lot of rain compared to what we're used to in Southern California.
Now, I saw you drive up. Does the Texas DMV classify that as a vehicle?
That is a vehicle. That is a very good vehicle.
Wow.
And I guess I'm just going to have to be prepared for many barbs from you during this podcast. I guess I'm just going to be prepared. Should I, maybe I should just go over there and you can kick me in the nuts to start off.
Bro, I've been on
I will
this-
beat your ass. You know that. I will throw you down those stairs, and no one's going to see it.
I've been on this show 3 times, so I have no idea what's going on at any point. So I don't give a fuck. And I'm exhausted from
Going up the stairs.
That's so funny.
I will never.
Did you count the steps as you were coming up? Did you get
No,
an idea? Just a lot, huh?
Yeah, he looked like Alex Honnold doing the free solo on the way
Yeah.
up. Everyone was worried sick.
Michaele, if you don't know, has 4th stage gout, and he needs to crawl up the stairs. And
Too much beef jerky.
you want to tell everybody about your situation that may not
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, disclose your medical history, Michael.
Yeah, in 3rd grade, I fell on a fence and my balls wrapped around each other in my sack. I had torsion. I had to get surgery and untie them. That has nothing to do with what's happening now. Now I have motor neuron disease, which basically means my brain and spine aren't talking to my muscles. But, I'm still getting laid in bed. Cash ass aggressive, I don't give a fuck.
Right. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, I've got issues too. I've got an earlobe that just feels like somebody pinched it. I think it was from us.
Yeah, so y'all are in a similar position.
The whiplash.
So you get it.
It must be wonderful to be so dumb to say something like that and not feel any empathy. Like,
No. Everything's just fine. Tell him,
And-
Colette. Colette. Tell him everything's fine.
It'll be okay.
Was she a hostage on this show?
I love that yellow sweater on you. It really just brings out
Bro,
positiveness.
whatever.
Okay, so why don't we get right into some of the things that happened today in history. In 1937, the shopping cart was invented in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and and it was introduced at Humpty Dumpty's grocery store in Oklahoma City. The shopping cart, and
The first homeless person was made the same day.
Yeah.
Get this for real, and Brian can pull it up, Colette can tell it, but Colette's ex-husband, his biggest thing is he has an art book of pictures of abandoned shopping carts.
is that true, Colette?
It's quite true. He is an artist, and he was doing a taxonomy of stray shopping carts at one point, and then turned the art exhibit into a book. So Julian Montague has a book, the Stray Shopping Carts of Eastern North America. Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
Stray
They're
shopping
making a
carts.
movie about it, right? I saw that.
That's
Where is Julian now? What mental hospital is Julian
I
now?
know, right? Fucking fine art is such bullshit. Like, he's sold out on these things. I told her compared to him, I look like Mick Jagger. I mean, like, this guy, I mean, are you fucking... And she kept his last name. That's not... She kept his name.
Colette, did you see how we all looked over at you whenever he said that?
Yeah.
How long were you married to this gentleman?
We were together almost 15 years. So.
Do you think maybe you, like your fetish, like you have a thing for 4 wheels, like the shopping cart, like maybe you're drawn to that?
Good question.
God. We met before I was in the
Look at me like that.
What broke up the marriage, if you don't mind telling me?
He was in love with shopping carts.
He was fucking a shopping cart. No. People grow apart sometimes. in
Did you try to get
marriages.
therapy? Did you go to couples therapy sessions before you just let it go?
Of course.
And how did that go?
It was good while we were going for counseling, and then when counseling stopped, you tend to fall back into old patterns.
A lot of people want to know. I know I do. I've never been through it. What do they charge for that nonsense anyway? When they try to get two people that want to get away from each other back together again. What do they charge for that?
I
You remember?
I don't know the full price. I got a discount through work at the time.
That's crazy. It didn't work out. And you
Oh,
went with
insurance
you
covered
went
it?
with the Groupon version of marriage counseling.
Insurance covered it?
Pardon me?
Your work insurance covered the couples counseling?
Yes.
So you don't have any idea how much it cost?
Out of pocket, it was $40 per session for 30 minutes.
30 minutes, $40, and that was for two people?
That's what you get paid.
That's what I get paid to do comedy shows. Hey, I'm not in it for the money, it's obvious. John Wolff, are you going to participate at all in this podcast today?
I'm starting to pick up on why they call it dead air. It's starting to make a lot of sense.
Oh,
to
yeah,
me now.
we don't mind it.
Yeah.
Brian and I, we're on the same page. The producers and the directors and some of the consultants know what's happening here.
Who's consulting this piece of shit?
Oh, that will edit.
I'm on Michael's side now.
You're the first one that came out and just said it, huh? Just called it a piece of shit.
But
Wow.
I've stopped when I say things like that.
I don't have time for that, Michael.
Well, anybody can leave it whenever they want at any time. No one
Let's all three get up
except
and-
Michael. Michael will not be able to
I can fall in any
egresses
time I
quickly.
want.
So today in history, Bruce Springsteen's "Born to Run" was debuted. His famous album that put him over the top and made him a household name. "Born to Run." My brother Bruce doesn't care for him because he thinks he screams into the mic.
I don't like him either.
Bruce Springsteen, Glory Days.
Wait, your brother?
Glory Days. Talking to,
Your brother doesn't like him because he screams into the mic.
and it's a
So
shit.
he must fucking hate your stand-up. Then I'm assuming, right?
Wow, that's 2 strikes, okay? You're on notice. You're on secret
Double probation.
probation.
Are you off probation yet for the kiddie stuff?
No, that's been squashed. Thanks for bringing that up. That's going to draw more questions than answers. Born to Run and all of Bruce Springsteen is talking about high school. It's kind of sad when somebody in high school peaks in high school. Imagine peaking in high school,
Oh, yeah.
and the rest of your life, you're like, oh, my God. So it's very sad when people... You know what we're talking about, Colette?
Born to Run.
No, peaking in high school. You know what we're
Peaking
talking...
at what?
Whatever it
At
is.
life.
Football, sports,
Well,
cheerleaders.
Everyone but comedians and actors and artists peak in high school. Because in high school, we're all the faggots. But while all the quarterbacks are popular, but then when I come back into town, everyone's sucking my dick, and at the drive-thru on the McDonald's, the quarterback who called me a faggot is bringing me fries.
Exactly. I had a friend, rest his soul, said the same thing. He came up to the drive-thru in his big pickup, and the guy in whose high school who was maybe rude or aggressive or a bully or something, not a nice fella, he was one taking his order in the drive-thru. Yeah, same thing. Same thing.
How satisfying.
Oh, yeah. I get revenge all the time. When you're this sick, you pretty much only live for revenge.
That's a good point.
What point was that?
I don't know.
Say it again.
When you're this sick, you only live for revenge.
Right. I hope you take it out on John.
We're on the same team. It's you right now.
All y'all.
So why don't we do some items of interest? Would you like to do some items of interest? You can chime in anytime you want on an item of interest. There's Bruce. And
touch your arm again. I cut off your fucking fingers.
you'll come right over the table at me, huh? A Massachusetts woman just got a fortune thanks to store owners from a store owner who returned a $1 million lottery ticket she had discarded. Leah Rose bought the lottery ticket at Lucky Stop, but handed it back after thinking it was a dud. Can you believe this?
Yeah, I mean, that's when you have a gambling problem. When you win, but you're gambling so much you don't notice. Like, that's all I heard that story. I'm like, this fucking degenerate probably buys 10 scratchers a day and 10 lottery tickets. Bitch finally won, and it's underneath a fucking bag of fries. The quarterback who called me a queer is served.
Yeah. 10 days later, the owner of the store, some Shah, Shahbhi, the son of the
Shaman.
store's owners, saw that the lottery ticket hadn't been entirely scratched off and discovered a $1 million prize underneath. After 2 days of
That's the real
deliberation...
gambling addict, is the person who found one that wasn't totally scratched off and in the trash and finished scratching it. Not the girl, it's that guy.
After 2 days of deliberation with his parents, he gave the ticket back. Can you believe that? Who does that? They're great people. I'm beyond blessed.
You have to do that because if you work at the store and find a winner, they're going to investigate the shit out of you so you never keep the money anyway. It's happened.
And I think the store owner gets a share of the winnings, too, because...
And a small share.
Yeah.
Depending. But yes. You know what's funny? I spent many years being a severely degenerate gambler. And only a few times went to the OTB. And there are people there who go through the garbage, scan every ticket that was thrown away, and they sometimes find winners. Fuck you.
One of our first dates, Michael took me to an OTB. We ate pizza in a hot car, and then we went into the OTB.
Yeah.
And you were like, this is it, huh? Better than shopping carts, I guess.
What state? Where was this? What state was this?
In Buffalo.
Buffalo. Yeah, Michael and I are both from New York.
Yeah, I was in Buffalo because my brother lived up there, but we met on Tinder in Buffalo, and I was walking with a cane. A month later, I'm in a wheelchair, and locked her in, like, bam! And then I've been dragging her ass all over the world.
How much have the biggest amount you ever won at the table?
Probably like 1,200.
You just won some, 2 days ago?
Yeah, I won 600 on the poker tournament on Wednesday, and I'll be playing in one tonight. I play 3 a week now. I bought a membership.
And how important is the poker face? You don't want to let anybody at the table know that perhaps you have a good hand. Tell us about how that works. You always hear about this poker face business.
Well, wonderfully, because I'm so physically disabled. And look, a layman will either think I'm homeless or mentally retarded. So at the poker table, everyone's talking to me like I'm an idiot. They're
Special needs adult.
Exactly. And I talk shit and I fuck them up. And I take the bacon, baby.
Wow. And you think that's fair?
Yeah, it's not fair. But look at me.
Shouldn't you be playing poker with people with similar disabilities?
I agree, but I'm opening...
I don't think it's on poker. I don't think they're the Special Olympics of poker. I think it just.
I
everybody
don't
plays.
think it's fair that he's taking advantage of the regular people that don't have disabilities or health problems.
That's poker, baby.
And he's using his disability to win. If I was running that casino, I might ask you to find another gambling hall.
All I do is win, so it don't matter where I go.
Have you ever lost a lot that you're like, fuck, I'm done with this?
Yeah, I've been You know what I mean?
Terribly interesting, but terribly suspect.
Oh yeah, dude, I was a gentleman in every way in my 20s and 30s, but I somehow kept moving up that comedy food chain. But like, I would go from Chicago, I would go to the Indiana riverboats all the time. One Christmas Day, I played for 14 hours straight. Like, I was redundant.
Have you ever been a consultant for a television show?
No, but I've hosted one.
What?
Big Ten tailgate on the Big Ten Network. BTN.
Interesting.
Consult my nuts, bitch. Where were you going with that?
Yeah, I also was curious where the question was
I
leading.
heard that you were a consultant. They would call you in Second City about applicants for Saturday Night Live. Is that
No.
true?
No, I mean...
I hate that when people tell you stories.
Who told you that?
Well,
I don't know. I can't remember who told me.
In my defense, I had heard it from a credible source whenever I didn't actually
That
tell you.
doesn't
Are you the one who told
No,
me?
I didn't tell you that.
Is anyone in this
You sound
room...
guilty, man.
Is anyone in this room actually in comedy? Like, what you just said makes no sense. Yes, I mean, they came to see me at Chicago, and then they flew me out for a screen test when A.D. Bryant got hired and a lot of Chicago people. So I almost got the fucking job. I wasn't a consultant.
Everybody, Brian thinks everybody was like, I don't know about this Pete Davidson kid. Get Michael on the phone.
Dude,
Let's see what he thinks.
Pete Davidson is a poor man's version of me. Like, he's a fucking neck tattoo with big dick energy. Fuck that guy.
Okay.
Here's his Big Ten show that you did right here.
Oh, this is my bad reel.
Dear bad.
Can't play varsity sports. Varsity sports. Varsity sports.
Oh, and how long have you been drawing?
We'll check in on one of the great college campus sing-along spots in America.
These look like we're just in time. Love playing dodgeball, working on my survival techniques, dodging, running, having a great time. Ceramics, does that help you calm down? Cheerleaders, check. Now it's time for the dance team. What kind of skills do you have to have? It's one thing to sleep all night in front of it and guard in November. It's a whole nother thing in February.
You thought that was Saturday Night Live's hidden gem? The secret consultant? The inside man?
No. I'm just, while I had him here, I figured he'd be the best person to ask if that was
Yeah,
the
by
case.
consulting on Saturday Night Live. Where do you come up with this shit? I'm a player, playboy. Play me. Put me in, coach.
Officials at a Florida high school digitally altered 80 girls' yearbook photos to hide bare shoulders and any hint of cleavage.
This is the best. I heard all about this. All these teenage girls are like, it's my right to show my titties. And their moms are like, they should not be body shamed and their titties covered up. Like, what a nothing burger of a country. Like, the mother and teenage girls are arguing for the free rights of cleavage. That's it.
Yeah, and look how basic that cleavage is. Like, oh no, there's a little shadow.
There's some real nuts running the schools, I tell you. They're either too much or too little or too crazy or too this.
I said there's some real nuts going to school and parenting the children in the school.
What do you think, John?
Is that still a yearbook photo? Or a yearbook photo? Jeez.
This is a Buffalo High Colette yearbook.
Former NFL assistant coach Eugene Chung says a team official told him during a job interview that he was not really a minority. Chung, who is of Korean descent, says he replied that the last time he looked in the mirror, I was a minority. But the official told him he was not the right minority. The NFL called the incident completely inappropriate. What do you think about that, Colette?
I don't care for it at all.
For what?
Koreans?
Wow, dude.
Ouch. No, I didn't. He's putting words in my mouth.
Yo, that Korean guy needs to chill the fuck out. Right? Like, we all know what's happening here, and he's right. He's not a white guy, but like, and he knows in that private conversation, in the business of NFL, they need a certain kind of diversity, or they're trying for it. But yeah, I'd say Queens maybe have had a little easier than the blacks.
After a salmonella outbreak in 43 states, prompting a warning from Centers of Disease Control that people should not kiss or snuggle backyard chickens, even if they look healthy and clean.
Too late.
You can't snuggle them, but you can, you know.
Yeah, man. You're a chicken fucker, right?
Well, you know, a lot of times you get into a position
Yeah,
where you
man.
get kind of lonely.
Backed into a corner.
Which Vermont, which became the first U.S. state to vaccinate 70% of people 12 and under against COVID. Way to go, Vermont.
They need to vaccinate people against Ben and Jerry's because diabetes, I guarantee, kills more people in Vermont than fucking COVID.
Diabetes, it's terrible. They start taking your body parts off first.
I know, man.
I mean, it's
It's like what I have, except you get to keep the body part.
right, and rip people off at the at poker games. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
nobody feels bad for the diabetic at the poker table.
you know we get stickers from Rogue Stickers.
Yeah.
And our boy is bringing us both stickers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, like I had my stickers in my fanny pack, and like they're getting dirty and whatever, and I'm just handing them out. People are like, how can I get one? I'm like, Venmo me $5. And one day I sold 120.
Wow.
And like, I had to making me 200 more. So like, thanks to Nick at Vulcan for hooking that up through Rogue, and that's my fault.
How do you send it? You got to send it individually? Oh, you're taking care of that?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That sounds like a fucking nightmare.
It is a nightmare.
She loves it. She's like, this is fun.
I never said it was fun.
You definitely said it was fun twice.
All right, calm down. Guys, calm down.
Writing all those addresses, though. That's
Oh, no, I print
Michael's like,
them.
you're having
you
fun, right?
Printing them, yeah.
Jesus.
Fucking a little walking around money. When you lose at gambling, making money off of garbage you can sell people makes you feel better.
Right. I agree. So-and-so and so-and-so reported that deodorant, tooth whiteners, and condoms are flying off the shelves as Americans prepare for a re-entry into civilization.
Hilarious. That's hilarious.
Jen Richards, 34, an app designer, says that she might also need some new clothes because all I've done for the past year is just wear sweatpants. What about you? What have you been wearing?
I don't own sweatpants.
Yeah, dude, she puts on makeup just for me, and I'm like, nurse/girlfriend, you know I'm fucking all these other women. Don't put yourself out.
Like how you said, hey, nurse/girlfriend.
I forget her name like Brian does.
This North Korean dictator, Kim Jong-Un, banned North Korean men from wearing skinny jeans. In reporting the ban, the state newspaper warned men against adopting decadent Western clothes and reminded them that they are only 15 approved hairstyles.
He doesn't seem like a bad person. I mean,
Overall.
can we ban skinny jeans here also?
And Holtzman's been alive for 72 years, and he's had one hairstyle.
Yeah, his is the only one that would pass in Korea.
Yeah, you would love it. You would love North Korea. You would be the Dennis Rodman comedy in
Korea.
Like, look into it.
It's a picture of him handing him a keychain. It says, I heard Holtzman. Have you seen the approved haircut chart? They have a chart of it.
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
but
there's
it's
a list of haircuts you can pick from.
Very strict over there. We got it made. I was just in HIB, the supermarket, and it's just like I looked around, and everything in Texas is so neat and so clean. You could literally eat off the floor. Every shelf, everything is just perfect. It's like a movie set, but it's real life. And I just looked around, and I said, God, who in their right mind in America today could be bitching about some of the things that they bitch about? The supermarket is just, you should have seen all the food. And it was called HIB Plus. It's right over here.
That's my grocery store.
Yeah, oh my God.
Man.
They had the fish counter and the seafood and the meat and the deli and the donuts and then they had a guy giving out samples, and then they had watermelon.
Unfortunately, there was...
Look at this. I mean, this is the greatest country in the world.
Yeah, we take
It really
HEB
is.
super serious.
I mean, look at the floor. There's no trash. Everything is just stacked complete. Look how neat it is. It's like a... Yeah, I thought that's my... Did you know who that looked like?
Pang Dang.
He must be out of the business by now. Nobody's going to deal with him.
Holtzman and I went out to a bar after one of the Death Squad shows, and a group of drunk guys thought that I was Tony, and they were telling me how brave it was that I said what I said, and they bought us drinks.
Are you serious? They thought you were Tony?
It was me and Connor and I, and they were like, hey man, we just really, we appreciate everything.
Who is this number 6?
That's just a customer. He's the one holding the stick. He's the one filming.
That's fashion nowadays.
How could he be holding a stick? There's no stick in his hand.
I don't have time to go through it.
It's a 360 camera. It stitches out the selfie.
Wow.
Bro,
How much do they cost?
I might have one you can have. They're kind of annoying.
Look at just everything. They got milk. They got chocolate milk. They got non-fat milk. They got regular milk. They got soy milk. They got
Sushi?
15, 16 kinds of milk alone. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Soy milk, avocado milk. They got what's another one? They just the milk alone goes from like the aisle for milk alone. On, you know what I mean? It's just amazing because all you have to do is go on the internet. Everybody has access to the internet and see other places in the world. Go to these places in Africa and India and Southeast. Just go to these places. You can look and see. It's not like this.
You know, in India, they're burning bodies.
If they can afford it. It's $250 a piece. If they can't afford it, they just sink it in the river. And it bloats in the river.
I know.
I mean, it's just unfathomable to me. You know, there are some issues that people can bitch about here and try to change, but by and large, every day you wake up in America with a hot shower and a hot cup of coffee, you should be like so freaking happy you're here. But the media wants to make it believe there's so much problems here. There's so much problems here. You know? What do you think? You're going to get involved with this?
Yeah, what do you think about the milk section at HEB? What's your take on milk?
I don't drink milk, but I did see some people kissing their chickens out in the parking lot of an HEB downtown.
All right,
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. I'm gonna have to get you.
What a callback.
Turn off the mic.
Leave.
Get the hell out of here.
I knew this was gonna happen.
No, she's fine. She's comfortable. That means you're comfortable, right?
What?
No, I'm highly uncomfortable right now.
She's doing calculus.
Can you imagine looking over at a girl going, that made you comfortable, right? Tell me you consented. Say it in the camera.
A Wyoming state senator challenging Liz Cheney in the House confirmed that he impregnated a 14-year-old girl when he was 18. She was a little younger than me, this gentleman said. So
Yeah, but
It's a little like Romeo and Juliet, he said.
I literally lived in Wyoming from the age 14 to 18 or 19, and that's just what you do in Wyoming. Like,
It's not too many people to...
I'm a teenage mother from Wyoming, and like 18 to 14, yeah, super sketchy. I've never done it, I wouldn't recommend it. But that's before the internet, and it's the least popular to say. So you have to date children sometimes.
yeah. In the NFL, a Korean's not a minority. In Wyoming, a 14-year-old's not a child.
Minor.
A Bouchard is this guy's name.
How old is he?
That's when he was 18. Now I guess he's older than that. Bouchard.
How did this come up? Was he just bragging? Like, did he just mention it?
That's a good question. Where
No,
would they
he
get this
was.
information? He probably admitted it. He probably talked about it.
Well, like, is he still married? Like, is he married to this girl now?
Dude,
Or,
I'm
like,
sure
Oh, no,
the 14-year-old brought her daughter who's like her own age and it was like, no, not like this, dude. Dude, when I was in Wyoming on the speech and debate team in high school, a state representative or senator's son was on the team with me, and he used to show me magic tricks where like the storyline or narrative were like all N-words. Like Wyoming, I lived in Wyoming straight out of Queens pre-internet. It was no man's land where 18-year-olds get 14-year-olds pregnant.
Just the way it was.
do you know Wyoming has the most millionaires per capita of any state?
Really?
Because all the oil money. There's just not that many people there.
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't realize America's like 50 different countries.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
The regions of America, I imagine they'll compare the differences in regions in other countries. But I don't know. That could be a naive American thing to say.
3 men have been arrested on manslaughter charges over a cable car crash in northern Italy that killed 14 people. Prosecutors said the men, the cable car company's service chief, its director, and its owner, admitted that the car's emergency brake had been deactivated because of a faulty performance. So when a cable snapped and the car neared Mount Motoro's 5,000-foot summit means the top. Here we go again with summit. They just can't call it the top. They have to call it the summit to justify somebody's education. You went to college here in Texas.
Yeah.
Did you make up
That's your
words?
fucking point.
Did you make up words that didn't need to be made up? Anyway, it snapped, and it was terrible. There was nothing to stop the car speeding downhill. It was traveling at 60 miles an hour when it smashed into a pylon and fell into trees above the town of Siesta.
What the fuck is a pylon?
It's like a big stanchion.
Why not say stanchion?
What's
man?
a stanchion? It's like a pole.
Why not say pole?
The lone survivor, a 5-year-old Israeli boy, is in critical condition at a Turin hospital.
That's the only person that survived
was 5-year-old.
is a Jew?
They finally got one.
No, I mean, what a sign. That's manna from heaven, letting us know Hamasans may be wrong.
Prosecutors believe the company deactivated. There it is. Prosecutors believe the company deactivated the emergency brake to avoid closing the whole cable car network because it would have taken too long to repair. So, human error again.
Well, Italy, they take like naps all day. So, in their defense, if it takes too long, I can't have my Mino enough.
They take naps. They take a lot of naps.
Oh, yeah.
They love it.
Yeah,
They
real
know
sleepy.
In America,
people,
you
the
get 30
Italians.
minutes for lunch in America. You know? But by the time you get it out of the microwave and wait online, you got 5 minutes to eat your food.
I worked on a cruise ship on the Mediterranean, and we went to Italy every week. One thing I learned about Italy, I wonder if it's true, but Italians spend half their money on their clothes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Milan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're very fashionable.
Oh, yeah.
Italian leather.
Oh, God, they're very
Exactly.
fashionable. Very fashionable. Here in America, I think the T-shirt is the popular, the T-shirt and the backwards ball cap. That's the extent of fashion.
See,
But you look
people-
wonderful. You look wonderful.
Thank you.
People are talking about Trump and the far right. Fuck you. But like, Italians far right, Philippines far right, makes our far right look like Disneyland. Like the shit that's getting fucking ratchet in Italy and Philippines. If you're drug dealer, they just kill you.
Yeah, they drive by on a motorbike and kill you. Sometimes they just use that as an excuse to kill you.
Exactly.
Now listen to this. This is something that I think everybody should listen to. This is a very dangerous thing that happened. This poor fellow. Spanish police are investigating the mysterious death of a man whose body was found inside a papier-mâché statue of a Stratosaurus in Barcelona suburb. A father and son passing by the dinosaur noticed a foul stench and alerted authorities. Firefighters pried open the statue and recovered the corpse. Police believe the unnamed 39-year-old, who has been reporting missing by his family just a few hours before the grim discovery, accidentally dropped his cell phone inside the statue and became stuck or was injured when he tried to retrieve it. We're still waiting for the autopsy results, said a police spokeswoman. So we don't know how
I
long.
thought it was going to be some big, like,
Oh,
mob
my-
killing. This guy fell into a papier-mâché thing.
Wow.
How did it start smelling if it was like just moments before they discovered it? He must just be a stinky guy.
There's something. I have 42 questions.
For
Now, yeah, the body decomposing that quick.
Yeah.
How long was he missing? And one that shows the hole he got in. Like, there's no way to tell.
It's just the scene from Ace Ventura.
Yeah, man.
Why do they have statues that are papier-mâché?
Yeah, that doesn't seem...
Barcelona is the living statue capital of the world. Do you know what a living statue is?
Yeah.
Like one of those.
I'll just grunt when I don't know the answer.
I love those videos of the people fucking with the live statues and then they just snap. Have you seen that? And they just, like, beat the shit out of somebody? You ever seen one of them? There's a bunch of them.
The Smash Room?
Yeah, exactly. The Smash Room. No, it's it's like live statues and people just like messing with them, and then they finally just like snap.
Oh, yeah.
I saw some people at a concert once in Queens over near World's Fair,
Look at this.
and they that's a bad child. They're bad kids. They just want to break stuff. They want to just nothing can be left alone. Everything needs to be spray painted or kicked over, stolen, abused or molested. Just bad kids. Leave it alone. No, look. Oh yeah. See, now he's gonna kick it. Oh, it's a real guy.
Okay, that wasn't bad, but
Bad kids. What was I gonna say? I forget. Oh, this isn't. Oh yeah, in Queens. You know what I saw once that I thought was the most exciting thing I've ever seen in my life. Are you listening? It was at a concert, and it was called. What was that concert? I forget the name of the band now. Anyway, they were right there in Queens. There, I don't know what I was doing there because we're from Long Island. I don't know what the heck we were doing there. Yeah. You know, when you're young, you don't know where you are. How you got there? Who drove? You know. Anyway.
Was it the Ramones?
Pink Tuna. Pink Tuna. That band.
I don't know World War II.
It was a picnic table.
we have another classic tune for you here.
You know what a picnic table looks like, right?
Oh, yeah.
They had all the guys on top of the picnic table. They were standing on it, and they were rocking it, and they were rocking it, and they were trying to break the picnic table, and it was going and going and going. You know how people get kind of, they're drinking and enjoying the concert.
Oh,
They
yeah.
do stuff like that. Anyway, it's going and it's going. And if that picnic table could talk, it would have been saying, "Stop, stop, stop!" And it was just going. And I don't know. I didn't see it. I think it could have survived because I didn't see it break. But it was rocking. It was rocking. Man, all these teenagers or young people were on it, and they were rocking it. And rocking it. Oh.
Hey, Brian, speaking of Queens, in New York right now, due to COVID and mentality against police has an uptick in murders unprecedented.
Yeah, the crime rate in New York and everything.
Well, the police officers, their feelings are hurt, to say the least. And they're standing...
No, but another picnic table story, please. Please.
I want to know if the first one survived.
While the world burns, tell us another fucking picnic table story.
I'll tell you another funny story. When I was in the Air Force in McGuire Air Force Base, New Jersey, they always had these keg parties at the end of the week, So these guys were piling all these cans up real high, balancing up.
Oh, yeah.
And I was eating an apple. And I was done with the apple. And I stood far away. And I took the apple. And I threw it over there. And the whole thing came crashing down. And they were pissed. I had to get out of there quick.
It's like 6 people died.
I remember you telling me about that. It was the first but not last time you were forcibly sodomized.
Let's move on. This is another terrible, terrible story. This is why I don't exercise too much. China's ultra running community was in shock this week after a 62-mile mountain race in the country's remote northwest was hit by a freak storm, leaving at least 21 competitors dead. The runners were pelted with freezing rain and hail and battered by intense wind gusts on a high mountain pass. Many of those who died were experienced competitors, including ultra-marathoner champ Ling Long Hu, 31, and Hu Mang Hong, 34, and winner of the men's hearing-impaired marathon at China's 2019 Paralympics. So these were some really top-notch athletes.
If I couldn't hear shit, I
They were saying, "Watch out! It's about to start raining."
Did you see the new born baby picnic tables?
Table of this size, it'll go to private people. These things are not going to go cheap. Some, unfortunately, might wind up in zoos. So it runs the gamut. But they look healthy, and I'm amazed. I'm amazed, and I hope you're as amazed as I am. I'm going to flip this phone around now so you can see me, and you'll see the amazed look on my face. And like I said, I don't know how this works. I've got my selfie stick. I've never looked at myself with the selfie stick. I'm gonna turn it around, and then you can see me how surprised I am. So you saw me.
Cuckoo, cuckoo. Get the net. Get the net.
That was a good shot of you, though. You look like a cop who just killed a black kid and was put on
It
suspension.
looks like I can't tell what decade that's from.
Yeah.
I mean, what was that?
So be careful, Chinese people, when you do your outdoor things with the weather.
Why did nobody think to check the weather report before starting?
Maybe it was a rogue storm.
Well, then that's their fault.
How about don't run ultra marathon? 26 miles isn't enough for you. You need to do 65.
Piss and blood isn't enough for you.
Are you kidding me? You're breaking your body. Ultra marathons, all there are former methods who need a new fix. Endorphins.
Have you seen those people
That's true.
They do the ultra marathons, and they're like, yeah, sometimes you just shit yourself while you're running.
Yeah.
I've never done anything where I'm like, yeah, sometimes you just shit yourself, you know?
In all fairness, I shouldn't piss myself every day.
The death toll of India's devastating COVID-19 epidemic is largely already in the millions, a new analyst has
Holy
found.
shit.
And so stay out of India. Cancel that trip to India.
Too late.
You want to hear about William Shatner?
Yeah.
I can't believe this Prince Harry is such a clown. He's such a, if his parents never talk, if his father and brother never talked to him again, I wouldn't blame them a bit. He just threw these people under the bus, and it's all about him just getting on a TV program. Prince Harry accused his father, Prince Charles, of making him suffer as he grew up, telling Oprah Winfrey in a new interview that the royal family treated all complaints with cold indifference. I don't even want to finish it. It's just...
That's a motto in England, cold indifference.
Yeah, that's just how they
Like,
parent.
yeah, and like, no shit, he is his dad who cheated on his dead mother. Big surprise.
it's just... they just won't stop. They just won't stop. They trashed the royal family, threw them... And I'm not a big fan of the royal family.
I couldn't give a shit
But
less.
when you trash somebody, everybody knows it.
Maybe you'll be a King Ralph, Uncle Buck type character like John Goodman, where you find out you in line for the throne and you get money. So
Tell us about that shopping cart book again, if you would.
I don't want to bore anybody.
Did he
He
sell
does-
a lot of copies of that?
Oh, yeah.
No,
Yeah, it's a fucking bestseller.
It's sold out.
Yeah.
no,
It's sold
it's
out.
for real. I mean, they make like 100 on them. It's a fucking art book.
Coffee table book. He seems like you just picture like a crazy guy, like super into shopping carts. You know, like you were like, hey, where do you want to go eat tonight? And he's like carving the answer into his arm.
Bro, you just don't know how bullshit fine art is. Like, they, like, fine art or abstract art. My brother is a dancer. Her ex does in shopping carts. I've been to art galleries. Like, you really appreciate comedy because other artists can't get away with garbage and calling art.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not interesting, but fair. What, Holtzman?
Nothing. I've
Fucking, now, not only does Holtzman have pages cut out from Newsweek, the only subscriber left, but I bet there's some pages stolen from the library.
William Shatner spent lockdown with his fourth wife, said so-and-so and so-and-so, an unexpected living arrangement, considering the pair divorced in 2020. That's a long story, says the actor, 90. He's 90 years old, his character. Has he considered getting undivorced? Well, that's always hanging there, and that makes the relationship really good. Shatner and Elizabeth married in 2001, 2 years after the death of his third wife, Nerine Kidd. The Star Trek actor came home one evening and found her drowned in their pool.
Oh, so he killed her. Got it.
Kidd, who was 40 and an alcoholic, had taken Valium and been drinking. Shatner sometimes berates himself for not doing more to save her. We were so much in love, but I didn't understand addiction. Well, then you're stupid. Everybody should understand. They teach addiction in freaking at school. Everybody knows what addiction is.
Right.
How can you be that old and not know what addiction is?
Because he's
That young pussy makes you mental. You've stopped looking at things clearly. You're like, I'm 90. The bitch I'm fucking is 40. I don't care about shit else.
So I understand. I'll walk that back. Can I walk that back?
Yeah.
I'm walking it back. So
I want to see his new wife. She's probably that 14-year-old that probably just got pregnant.
Yeah, she's not going to drown at all. She's doing the butterfly stroke. She's nimble.
Man.
We were so much in love, and I didn't understand addiction. He has since founded a halfway house for women battling addiction. Women come up to me and say, "You saved my life." But not me. It was Nyreen. Leonard Nimoy, star of Star Trek Spock, helped Shatner through the searing pain of his grief. I don't know. It's hard to believe that there would be any searing pain of grief with this character, but perhaps I'll walk that back as well.
Well, you think money and love are the same thing.
Right. Whatever the answer is, whatever point you're making, yeah, I don't know. Shanta still doesn't understand why. It was so bizarre, but his daughter told him not long ago, he really loved you, and that moved me to tears.
Oh, poor Shatner had to stay with his wife in his huge mansion that probably never saw each other because it's such a big house.
Man.
She'd been dead in the pool for 5 days.
Yeah.
He just hadn't been to that part of the estate.
She's in a statue.
Kevin Spacey will play a detective in an Italian film about a man wrongly accused of child abuse.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
The first acting gig for Spacey since 2017, when more than 20 men accused him of sexual misconduct between 1995 and 2013. You know, this is kind of strange, and I don't know if I got to say this just right because I don't want to get people upset, but guys just don't become gay when they're 30 or 40 or 20. They know it a lot earlier, and
Yeah, everybody knew he was gay. That was the whole thing.
well, the people
wish
people that are trying to be gay, that want to be gay, and when they get older, have to have some kind of formal gay training.
Well, I just wish that his accusers had waited.
You know
for,
what I'm saying? Kind of.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
man.
you can explain it better because
Well,
I don't think I'm doing a good job.
Kevin Spacey helps mold and breed gay guys.
Yeah.
He helps them experience gay sex.
You know, a gay guy doesn't want to meet a gay guy when he's 40 years old and find out that gay guy doesn't know anything about what gay guys like. Is that better?
Exactly. Here's what Kevin Spacey does. He's at the bar.
What?
I saw that.
No.
So maybe you can explain that better. You know,
He's a big shot who likes dudes, and they'll be at the bar, and other dudes, because the guys who want to be actors who are straight, they'll be like, "Oh, Kevin Spacey," and then he's playing with the head of the dick, right on the top of the at the bar, and they're like, "Oh, that's what I signed up for. I thought he'd be casual associates."
guys are so sad.
It's a problem with touching, but Anthony Rapp.
Just let me choke to death. Just don't do anything. Go ahead.
Anthony Rapp, star right? He said he did a play with Spacey and they caught him on the bed when he was young.
In the coat room at the party. You know, that's what the coat room is for.
Yeah, man.
I wish that they had let him finish House of Cards before they accused him. Because that was a great show that really went off the rails after he got shot.
I would wish the guys would let him finish and not sue him.
Right.
Finish in their asshole.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
How long you been doing this?
So, 20 men accused him of sexual misconduct between 1995 and 2013. Spacey, 61, has since faced multiple lawsuits alleging sexual assault after being dropped from Netflix House of Cards. Spacey has spent much of his time in Europe. I consider him a great actor, and I can't wait to see the movie, director Franco Nero said.
Not Roman Polanski.
District.
That's a joke everyone's gonna make, right?
What was the name of that movie? That was a pretty crazy movie.
American Beauty.
Yeah, that was something else. That was a big mix-up, man.
Almost overrated Oscar-winning movie of that decade. Corny, the shit with the bag and the roses.
You think it
Fuck American.
Oh, you didn't
Beauty.
go for that bag blown in the wind?
Oh, I'm having a midlife crisis. I quit and I want to work at McDonald's. I worked at McDonald's. Literally hardest job I've ever fucking had in my life. Fuck them for glorifying working at McDonald's.
Right.
I thought it was a good. It's definitely become cliche.
Yeah, for sure.
A district in northern Thailand has found an effective way to promote COVID vaccination, giving those who get a shot a chance to win a free cow. The district will soon begin 24 weeks of weekly drawings in which vaccinated villages are eligible to win a young cow worth about 10,000 baht or 319 US.
Wow.
After the program was announced, vaccination numbers went from hundreds to thousands in a couple of days. They should give out guns in this country.
You know
And
what?
district
I
chief,
wonder.
village loves goes to be sold for cash. Go ahead, sir.
I wonder if you get a cow, a $300, $19 cow in Thailand. Now, what it's worth is $300, but what can you flip that cow for? What can you turn that cow into? $1,200 from its milk, from its meat. I wonder, like, are they giving them an investment or food for a week?
Once they receive the cow, it's up to them to do what they want with the cow. They can turn over the cow. They can flip the cow.
Everyone knows what you would do with that cow.
Moving right along, a Ukraine couple, who chained their wrists together on Valentine's Day have broken the world record after 100 days and vow to continue to be physically stuck with each other until they get married. Victoria Pavakatina, 28, and Alexandra Kuledadia, 33, bound themselves together after a rocky period in their relationship. We used to break up once or twice a week, said the gentleman, a car salesman. When she again said that we had to break up, I replied, then I will attach you to myself. The couple claim they're using this stunt to raise money to buy an apartment and admit that enforced togetherness is not easy. We are a bit fed up with each other, said the person.
I don't think there's anybody out there that was like, you know what's easy? Being tethered. Being chained to somebody else. Nobody thought that was easy to begin with.
Man, again, back to fine art. Like, this is bullshit art project by people who have nothing to offer in the world. Like one of those girls who lives in a clear box in the museum for a month. Oh, wow, like, fucking, that's news? I'd rather have fake news than that real awful shit.
All right. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm going to alter the whole show. I'm going to change the format of the whole show. The next time you come on Dead Air, we'll turn the table upside down, and we'll sit on the legs, and we'll spin, and we'll do fake.
Sounds like a Saturday night for you.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it sounds like a Saturday Night Live sketch.
No, but sounds like one of your pervert parties.
Moving right along. Thank you for, doing what you're doing.
You're welcome. And I will never be back. You know, it was a nightmare to get in this room. Like, every step of the way, you're like, oh, throw him down, oh, joke. Well, I'm like in agony. Like,
I told you to take your time.
Did it look like he was Spider-Man?
Yeah, he sure did. I thought he was going to spray a net.
Spider-Man.
A 111-year-old who is Australia's longest living man attributes his longevity in part to eating chicken brains. Chickens have a head, said Dexter Kruger, a retired cattle rancher, and in there's a brain. He says each brain is only a one little bite, but adds. They are delicious little things. The manager at his nursing home says whatever he's doing is working. He's probably one of the sharpest residents we have.
Probably one of the smartest people in Australia. I mean, he is chicken raised. They're barely sitting indoors in Australia. It's like not a big deal.
U.S. faces an unusually active hurricane season for the 6th year in a row, according to so-and-so and so-and-so. More than 70 Capitol police officers left the force since the January 6th insurgent for obvious reasons. Moving right along.
How long is this segment with the magazine clippings? Are we going to read a whole magazine here?
These are items that...
Dude, you invited him.
I don't know, and I regret it myself. Zach was like, "Oh, it's a lot of fun." I got lied to.
What are you talking to, John? This is items of... I'm gonna go. This is items of interest.
I think Zach and Eric are at the pool. I'm gonna go.
One.
There's a pool?
I thought.
You ready?
I thought for sure there'd be strippers. Like for sure. I'm like.
Yeah, we had a good run with this. Do you like items of interest, Colette?
Sometimes.
All right.
Some of them are
there's the
interesting.
brains. There's the brains. Very healthy. This is one for Brian. Brian, this is right up your alley. Engineers have designed a computer processor that thwarts hackers by randomly changing the microarchitecture every few milliseconds, said so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. The microarchitecture of a processor is like its guts, executing the instructions that software needs to run on a device. Hackers need to understand it to inject malware. But researchers at the University of Michigan designed a processor nicknamed Morpheus that shuffles essential information about its microarchitecture, such as the commands the processor executes on the format of programmed data. A system running on the processor was mocked up to resemble a medical database filled with software vulnerabilities. More than 500 security researchers or hackers were invited to hack it, yet not a single attack made it through the defense. We might be on the doorstep of a hackless society, which I think is good news.
Well, the only thing I can think of is that if you're having some randomizer on a computer, like you do have to use the computer for real tasks, like say like sending an email. So it has to stop the random thing to send the email. So it seems like a hacker can stop the random thing.
Just timing.
You know what I mean? It's just yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. They could put a roadblock.
Hey, super nerding to name it Morpheus.
Yeah.
Obviously, after the Matrix movie, so they're corny and basic visions, and I don't believe anything about their name makers, about it's an empty box, and they're lying to us like everyone.
Like they lied to us about CDs not being able to scratch them.
Exactly.
That was a big lie. They just lie about every damn thing.
And you still buy you still buy CDs, so you probably have seen more scratches than anyone, and like your Garth Brooks CDs.
Is this another?
It's my one-man show, bitch. I Broadway.
Now the next one is. I wasn't sure I was going to read this next one, but it is. It is very important, and I hope I don't offend you in any way. But this is going to have to be read.
I can't be offended.
Scientists have come up with an orthodox way of saving oxygen-starved mammals, pumping oxygen into their anus. University started seeking ways for humans to receive oxygen other than mechanical ventilation after watching his father struggle with lung disease, taking inspiration from fish that uses gills underwater but takes gulps of air above the surface. So he established whether a mammal's intestines could absorb oxygen.
I'm all for this.
Why did you think that pumping oxygen up an animal's ass would offend Colette, though?
Well, judging from the way she appears and the way she dressed today, she appears to be fragile in a sensitive
Oh,
way.
yeah. No one has a tatter asshole. But,
Bravo, Michael.
dang it. But, hey, this oxygen discovery would have helped like a year ago when 1 million people needed to be
Oxygenated.
Yeah. When I got COVID, they gave me oxygen, and I wish they should have put the beer bong on my asshole and put in oxygen in.
It would have helped, right?
No.
Survived longer than oxygen was pumped up their anus, but the effect was limited. Then they added oxygen to the liquid compound that can absorb large amounts of gas. When they squirted this mixture into the rectums of oxygen-deprived mice and pigs, the animals' oxygen levels quickly recovered. That's pretty neat, huh?
It's miraculous.
We all got a butt.
Man.
And the mice started walking, the pigs started talking, the pale skin...
It was on McDonald's farm. Are you Dr. Snooze?
They are completely recovering from a very, very severe hypoxia. Hypoxia.
Yeah.
He tells so and so and so and so. That was really astonishing to me. He is hoping to begin clinical trials on humans as early as next year. So I can't wait to find out the location of those trials. So I can have oxygen pumped up my rectum.
You can have a Groupon, go once a week.
Would you like to go with me, Colette?
Pasadena.
Pasadena.
I don't see this working great because I know like if you blow a lot into a girl's butt, it's like siphoning gas. You know, it just comes out real fast. Like,
I thought you were going to say, I don't see this podcast working so great today.
Well,
that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Brian's waiting for somebody to say it finally.
Oh, my God.
In your defense, you only heard of podcasting 3 weeks ago.
How to avoid a lightning strike. This is very important. Lightning kills about 20 people each year and injures hundreds more common. More common than direct strikes and those from the ground current when electricity strikes a tree or a tall object and courses through the ground and up to your body. The strike doesn't have to be nearby. The current can travel as far as 100 yards.
here's a question: why do houses not have lightning poles on them?
Oh, like airplane wings, yeah.
I mean, it's just like it seems like it's a cheap thing to get, and that it would save everybody's house.
On an airplane wing, they call them static quibs or something. And that's what they do. They deflect that lightning bolt.
They used to have the lightning rods, right?
I mean, not normally. You know, like you could get one, I think, but
You know how putting your tongue on a 9-volt battery, it tastes like licking pussy?
Take shelter. When possible, move inside as soon as you hear thunder because lightning can strike miles from a storm. If you're far from a building or vehicle, the shelter of a cliff or embankment can provide some protection. Stay away from bodies of water, which are excellent conductors. And whatever you do, don't shelter under trees. That's what happened to the governor of Texas, Governor Abbott, as a young boy or a young fella or a teenager.
No, he was older. He was running after a storm and a tree fell over. Yeah.
And paralyzed him.
Yeah.
How old was he?
I don't remember. He wasn't that young, though.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, old enough to run for leisure, you know?
Imagine
Old
that.
enough to become disabled, but not be concerned with any Texans' disability rights.
yeah.
Oh.
I mean, Redban's like...
I know, but that's you're only talking about it because you happen to be disabled.
You're right.
You're
If you weren't
disabled?
disabled,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be worrying about disabled rights. So do you
like-
think it's fair for you to discuss it?
No, it's like I don't care about blacks or Spanish or Asians. Well, I care about disabled now because I'm one of them. That's bullshit. So you're right, and I thank you for pointing out my hypocrisy. And I also want to say, I badmouth Texas, but my rent is subsidized because I'm disabled. And I live on a party block, so.
More of our tax dollars gone to waste.
Crouch and cover. If you're stranded in the open, spread out from others and assume the lightning position. Crouched, heels touching, and with hands over your ears. If you're hit, the current will pass through you quickly. So be careful out there.
That position. No, you call me.
That's the Kevin Spacey position.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
the cra-
that. I thought you mentioned it as my Saturday Night Special.
Right? That's another nickname. That could be right. That we're not gonna try to belittle you in any way. Whatever you say, we are gonna take it, consume it, and we're gonna laugh at it. And we're gonna make you who you wanna be. Isn't that right, Colette?
Sure.
She's not laughing at shit.
Hey, process that, huh? You're
Dude,
What?
I'm real stupid, huh? No, I know you're more intelligent than I am. That's okay. I don't have to be the smartest person in the room. I'm not. I'm always not.
dude, keep running. I'm a poker tournament.
Let me see your poker face.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good, huh?
No.
No, then I talk shit like I'm no face, I'm no stone.
Poker face is so overrated to begin with. That's not a real, like...
Well, how come they wear sunglasses all the time then, like a bunch of idiots?
Well, because you can't have tells, but, like, it's not like you look at your cards and you become stoic.
He has no fucking idea.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, if you think I take it
No,
easy
John's
on
a
you,
poker player. John's a poker player.
I would. Where are you playing at tonight? I'll be there.
Our cell phone 512.
I'll be
I'm
there.
becoming a celebrity there. But I almost ruined my life with a program. And a lot of people now don't wear shit, but some do. But the more professionals don't. But
Do you want to hear about the Ferrari? The new 2021 Ferrari? It's $222,620. I'll just read it a little bit because I don't want to take too much more. I got questions I want to ask you. Colette, I want to ask you some questions.
All right, then.
Wow. And John, we'll get to you.
I'm good. Thank you.
He doesn't want to participate.
hey, until 5 minutes ago, I thought it was Josh. I'm
I
kidding.
still haven't learned your name. I refuse
There's
to.
a Josh Wolf.
Yeah, I opened for Josh Wolff, and I was like, "Do you think that's going to be a problem that our names are so on the nose?" And he was like,
All right.
"No."
I'm going to speed this up right here.
And it was a big problem.
We
Oh,
lost.
Brian doesn't like our exchange.
Yeah, he doesn't like not being the center
Hell
of attention.
yeah.
The fearless comic who smashed racial taboos, 80 years old. Let's do Paul Mooney. And then we'll do the wisdom and wit. And then we'll be done with the items of interest.
You guys interact with Paul Mooney ever?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, tell me about him.
Asked and answered.
Paul Mooney delighted in making white people uncomfortable. A barrier-breaking black comic, writer, and actor, he first made his mark as Richard Pryor's writing partner, scripting some of the comedian's most blistering material. The duo worked together on comedy, LPs, movies, TV specials, and Saturday Night Live, which Pryor agreed to host in 1975 only after securing Mooney as a guest writer spot. So he wasn't going on the show unless Mooney went on the show too to write for him. In that episode highlight, Chevy Chase interviews Pryor for a janitorial position, and the ensuing word association test rapidly descends into an exchange of racial insults. Mooney won a new generation of fans as a writer on the 1990 sketch show In Living Color. His creations included the militant kids entertainer Homie D the Clown, and with his portrayal of an all-seeing Negroamus on David Chappelle's show a decade later. Negroamus. Negrodamus. A Chappelle show a decade later. My comedy, he said, is a nuclear bomb inside my mind. Born to a teenage parents in Shiverport, Louisiana, Mooney was raised mainly by his L.A. is Louisiana.
Yeah, but it's
I just got to make sure.
Shreveport.
It don't matter.
I'm not worried about Shreveport. I want to know I got the right state. I hate abbreviations. I hate abbreviations and fractions in The Lion King, okay?
You're not allowed to go back.
Do you like The Lion King?
No, I don't watch.
I hate The Lion King. I just hate it.
I don't like cartoons.
Yes, we're on the same. We have more in common,
I know.
than you think. You know,
It's a real joining of the minds here.
cartoons. Cartoons are good when you're small. I mean, you can become an adult. You want to come in and see your husband watching cartoons, or your wife coming home from work and you see.
It's BoJack Horseman is so sophisticated.
It's a cartoon.
So you don't like South Park?
It's funny stuff. It's great writing.
South Park is good and it's almost an anti-cartoon because the animation is so remedial. It's not like, I'm a horse living real life.
Right. Born to Mooney was raised mainly by his grandmother, said so and so and so and so. At age 7, he moved with his family to Oakland and then to Berkeley, where Mooney experienced what he described as his watershed N-word moment.
He must have a few decades of super fun. Like Berkeley, and then he's writing for Richard Pryor, Living Color, Chappelle, like, hopefully he enjoyed that. Like,
yeah, he was in Lion
imagine
King.
Pryor's like, I won't go anywhere without this guy. And besides running comedy, there was crack cocaine and pussy involved. So, like, Six Flags Over Texas, indeed.
Thank you for that, Michael. One day in high school, no, of course, he was crazy. He was living large. Everything you said. One day in high school, listen to this. This is frightening here. One day in high school, Mooney accidentally knocked a white classmate's bag onto the floor. Pick up my purse and the N-word, she demanded before slapping his face. He grabbed her by the hair and was sent to the principal's office and then to the police station. Following a stint in Germany with the Army, Mooney performed in improv groups and worked as a ringmaster for the Gaddy Charles Circus. And the last paragraph. I got to work with him at the OR.
Really?
In the OR. It was just unbelievable. I watched him before I was a paid regular. I watched him before I was even on the list. And then I got to work with him on the list and see him. And he used to pull into the Comedy Store parking lot with this big, big Cadillac. Oh, are you listening, honey? Very, very large Cadillac. You know how they used to make them, 60s.
Yeah, a slab.
Slab, baby.
And I said, he rolled down the window. I said, roll down the window. I said, Paul Mooney. I said, does the owner of the vehicle know you have it?
He used to hit on me all the time and made me uncomfortable.
How would he hit on you?
I don't remember. It was when I first moved here and I didn't really know anybody, and he just was like always just like, "Hey, Brian, how you?" Like getting close to me and stuff. I'm like, get away from me.
Yeah, man. So many people on the down low.
He first met Pryor in 1968 when the comedian showed up at a party in Los Angeles apartment, and suggesting an orgy, said the so-and-so and so-so, Mooney threw him out. Despite their contrasting personalities, Pryor was a self-hating, self-loathing drug addict, Mooney a hard-working teetotaler. The pair soon bonded over jokes and their Hollywood's white power structure, said so-and-so and so-and-so. Mooney's bluntness got him into trouble at times, as when he joked in a 2012 comedy special that the only way to end racism was to kill every white person.
It's not a bad argument. Yeah.
I mean,
Do you like that, honey?
Why are you asking me?
Okay.
it's not any worse than like. It's not any worse than like what Tony says.
Why? What did Tony say? We're not going to air this piece of shit, right? So it doesn't matter at this point.
Kill every white. Mooney rarely self-centered. Maybe it's my arrogance or my self-insurance. He said, assurance. He said, but whatever the thing is that white people like in blacks, I don't have it.
I love hearing about. I don't know if he was a teetotaler or sober his entire career. Maybe Redban does, but like to hear about someone who had such a long life in comedy and they were sober the whole time, like I can't fathom that.
No, he used to drink the champagne. What do they call them? Splits on stage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I don't think this is totally accurate. You
Small
know,
bottle of champagne.
Was he a riffer, or did you get a feeling he was on stage with material?
oh, he had material, and he could riff as well.
Alright. Was he one of those guys who would be like, fucking, I'm going for 3 hours?
Not to my knowledge, unless he
Like,
was.
I never understood, like the stories about Eddie Griffin going for 4 hours. Like, I get, like, there's a hierarchy, but, like, at one point, isn't someone like, dude, get off the fucking stage? Like, it's so interesting in that pre-Rogan era, I think they would call that, or does it still happen?
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Literally.
Yeah, there was a time when Dave Chappelle was at the Comedy Store, not too far, before COVID. And the Comedy Store was nice. My brother Jay happened to be in town, and they paid all the comics that had not gone on yet. And when Dave Chappelle is on, and especially if he's starting to have a few cocktails, he's not getting off anytime soon. But he's Dave Chappelle. So the Comedy Store was real nice. They paid everybody. But yes, at one point they were having contests. Who could go the longest at the Laugh Factory? The longest. They were going for like longest shows. But
Who won?
It was Dave Cook.
Dane Cook.
What is it?
Dane Cook.
Dane Cook was doing it, I think. And then who was the other guy that was doing it?
Probably.
Anyway, some of them, some people, they know people are next on the list, so they'll do 20 minutes, maybe at the most. And some guys, they just, they have no, they'll just, nobody else exists on the list.
It's hilarious, man.
And some comics will leave. They get offended.
Yeah.
If they don't go up in a certain time and they're on the list, they'll get their feelings hurt and leave the club. But that's the Comedy Store. I mean, that's Hollywood. That's a pecking order.
Yeah.
If you're a well-known personality, I mean, that's just the way it is.
And that's rare for someone like that doing nice. Someone's understandable.
Howie Mandel would drop in at the OR, and Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, Joe Rogan, you name it, who drops in there, they're going to go David Spade. And some comics don't want to drop in. They want to be on the list. They don't want to just drop in. But dropping in is like the cream of the crop. To be a comic and be able to just walk in and go on like a Jerry Seinfeld, it's pretty fun. I imagine it's pretty fun. Yeah.
Now, when I was a kid, I learned later that many of the comedians or comic material I watched was from the Comedy Store. Like the Unknown comic, who no one talks about anymore. Was that another comic who had a gimmick with the paperback?
Yeah, the Unknown comic. We first saw him on the Gong Show.
Oh, but was he from the store?
He probably. This is before my time.
He wasn't like a store guy, I don't think. I think he was just almost on
Gong Show. You know, like to old ass people in my life who don't understand Kill Tony or any aspect of it, no matter how many times I tell them, like, it's like the fucking Gong Show. Yeah.
You should try to do the secret comic thing. Wear a bag over your head and everybody can try to guess who it is, you know?
Yeah.
Comes wheeling out there.
Well, I borrowed the bag I got on your mama's head.
Thank you.
Hey, fuck y'all.
No, man. Dude,
I don't need this now.
I ain't doing it.
All right, the last items of interest is wisdom and wit. Never keep up with the Joneses. Drag them down to your level. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination.
Yo, slow down. That first one was a spicy meatball. I'm not sure I agree with. Don't worry about keeping up with the Joneses. Drag them down to your level.
You like that one?
No, that isn't very inspiring. I want them to be porn not like me. And what the fuck is that?
Right.
Pull yourself by the bootstraps and become the fucking Joneses.
But there's not enough room for everybody. That's a great thing to say, you know.
You're right. I should wish them harm and that they lose everything and the Joneses have a ratchet ass life like me.
You okay now?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Okay.
Fucking NPR.
I was gonna say, yeah. That's really the most likable voice on this show for sure.
Welcome to Fresh Air. You know what? Right after George Floyd was murdered, there was a lot in pop culture, especially like outlets like NPR, that profiled some of my favorite rappers and African American artists to give more visibility. This doesn't mean anything, but it's the facts. One of them, Benny the Butcher, involved in the shootout, now paralyzed. Another one, The Baby, a rapper named The Baby, just got arrested on murder charges, or at least shooting charges. So I'm like, everybody's like,
shut his mic
let's
off.
bring in...
Shut his fucking mic off.
I love NPR brought in these real gangsters. These real gangsters. These guys are like the Jackson 5. They'll fucking shoot you in the streets.
Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. Albert Einstein. Nobody who says "I told you so" will ever be a hero.
True. I told you so.
Every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. If you wish to forget anything on the spot, make a note that this thing is to be remembered.
Man.
Alan Hour Poe.
Only people, I've said something like this before, the only people these notable quotables are helpful for are the same people who should kill themselves.
This is the dead air you would.
Yeah, no. The name is nose on the nose.
I have never put much store by honesty. I mean, how can you trust a word whose first letter you don't even pronounce? Experience is not what happens to a man, it's what a man does with what happens to him.
Man, this is why young men are so lost. They're reading fucking riddles like this. And they're like, what do I do with my life? I need a fucking abacus to figure out this shit.
Yeah, Holtzman's been collecting fortunes all week.
Thank you so much. That's the items of interest. Did you have a good time?
I had a great time.
We're going to go and we're going to question now. We have some important questions. I have a new set of questions. I haven't read these before the show. When is the last time you cried?
During the last segment.
Oh, just a few. Yeah, I was going to say today. Yeah, right before we got
No, I remember. Honey, I told you being real is funny even if it hurts. But when me and Colette, that's her name, right?
Yeah.
Me and my nurse/girlfriend, we've had a lot of ups and downs. And she just moved back into my life like a month ago. I made her cry like every other day. I'm an awful person. But she wanted me on the ride, you know. I'm Hollywood and shit.
So you're putting up with whatever you're putting up with, and
Clout chaser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, not at all. No.
No, you're a clout chaser.
You're my true love. You know that.
You're a clout chaser.
I'll screw that.
You're fucking clout chaser.
You're gonna get her to cry right now. Can you cry right now?
No, I don't cry on demand.
Okay.
She only
Maybe try punching her or something.
she only cries when I say things. She only cries when I say things like, change your leave. Change your leave.
Yeah.
Change or leave.
That's a good one. I'll remember that
Yeah,
one. Change
yeah.
or leave.
Yeah. Dude,
When's the last time you cried?
I cry every day.
How about you, John?
I don't know. I don't know. I was thinking about it.
He
He
just doesn't want to answer any questions.
No.
This guy.
Well, no,
I don't know if every day is true, too, but I mean, I don't know.
You go through phases.
Well, I was thinking about it while y'all were cornering her on her answer and just really hounding on her on it. I don't know. Like I can't think of like a certain time that I was the last time.
I teared up watching Harold and Maude.
Yeah, I noticed. I noticed
You're
that.
watching on the big screen, right?
What was that outfit you were wearing?
Oh, that's my pajamas.
Why were you wearing your...
I always wear my pajamas when I go
Yeah.
to the movies till I can be comfortable.
No, he changed in the street and started.
You know?
Yeah.
Was that your first post-COVID movie?
Yes.
What is so
No. I saw the Train Spotter on my friend, the Train Spotter. What's his name? Jason Sabbath.
Look at this. This is what he wears to the movie.
Oh, is that the Paramount?
I'm glad to know that that's actually your pajamas, though, because I thought this was some weird suit, and I'm like, oh, Brian, this suit that you got here, it's
What do you pride or like about yourself, Coletta?
It's Colette.
Colette.
We're never gonna.
What do I like about myself?
What do you pride or / like about yourself?
Interesting question.
We'll come back to you.
Oh yeah. Hey,
yeah.
yell at her for not having a fucking answer.
Dude, her whole existence is wrapped up in me. No.
She. How about you?
What up?
What do you pride or like about yourself?
I'm extremely intelligent. I'm very funny. I'm very quick. I don't play a victim. I have a big, large cock. I was super handsome. I'm a silver fox. I have a great eye for fashion. I'm crafty.
Wonderful. How about you, John?
I can walk.
That's good. That
We
makes
went
up.
through 12 fingers.
You know what sucks? And I'm a lefty, and this hand is like fucked.
What have you done that makes you still cringe today?
Oh, you're starting with me? Being on this podcast, no, that's too easy.
Jabbed.
Yeah.
I have an easy answer. I got a girl pregnant at 19, and I abandoned her in my town.
As I say, what was the last part?
I abandoned my son and her mother and
Oh.
no, his mother.
You went out for a loaf of bread and never came back.
Cringy.
Jesus.
You went out for half
I
a gallon of
didn't
milk.
abandon them, but I did not raise him till I could do improv.
How about you, John?
I don't know. It's not going to hold up to that. What was the question? I got the cringiest?
What have you done that makes you still cringe today?
Nothing. Nothing comes to mind.
Brian just has to show, Holtzman just had to show every IG video you've ever made, and that'll make a motherfucker cringe until the end of days.
Let's go over here. What did you? When did you start feeling like an adult? Or when
Oh,
did you
probably
feel like-
age 11 when I got my period.
Yikes.
Tell us about that. That must have been a horrific situation.
It
Calm
was,
down, Holtzman.
it was awful.
11?
Actually, that's cringeworthy.
Is that early?
Did anybody?
It's early.
Did your mom
Yeah.
or
It's
any
really early.
any mentor tell you that might be coming down the pike, or was that a complete
No,
surprise
not
for you?
that soon. No.
That makes sense, because
Where were you located when that happened?
Unfortunately, at school.
Oh my God! Did they throw stuff at you and tell you to stuff it up like in that movie Carrie?
right.
Was it terrible? Did they drop
Their dirty
buckets of blood on
pillows?
you at the
No.
prom? What happened?
What grade? What grade is 11?
I think it was in 5th grade.
Old enough.
No, my God.
You must have went home and told your
Sir.
mom, "Hey, thanks for the warning, Mom. Thanks for letting me know that this was going to possibly happen to me."
Yeah, it sucks having your period at
No,
11 so early, because now your pussy's burned out.
Yeah, that's true. No, my mom was a feminist, so we knew about that stuff at home very early.
Did you have anything at school that you could use to stop the flow?
I actually didn't know that it happened until I got home.
Yeah, she thought
now
she
this
was
is embarrassing.
dying.
Oh, so it wasn't a
She's
terribly
dying.
heavy event.
It was not a heavy flow, and I was wearing dark
Thank
colored
God
pants.
it wasn't a heavy flow, because a heavy flow, it would have been looked like there had been a crime or something.
Right. I think more traumatizing to a 14-year-old boy is seeing an 11-year-old girl have her period than a 14-year-old girl being fucked by a politician.
Possibly. What part of the building were you in at school when this took place? Do you remember where it took place?
No, I
Or she didn't notice.
was blissfully unaware.
Yeah.
Until I got home, and I think my sister noticed.
What was she doing down there?
I think I was sprawled out on the couch. I don't know. She wasn't down there.
How about you, Michael? When did you start
When did you
feeling
get your
like
first
an
period?
adult?
I first got my pecker touch at 14, maybe 13. So, then.
How about you, John? Thank you for that short answer.
I don't know.
It's the
Probably.
first short answer I've had out of him all day long.
It felt better. I'm like not regretting everything.
Right.
Yeah, probably around the same time. The first time I touched Michael's pecker, it made me feel like an adult.
Okay. How do you take your coffee?
Black.
Anally.
How do you take your coffee, honey?
Yeah, the morning enema coffee. I like a little heavy cream.
Who is your celebrity hall pass?
It's just really turned into one of those dating
Jeez
shows.
Louise.
Who's the MMA fighter you like?
Oh, Ben Askren? Oh, Prohaska? Is that
Maybe.
it? Is that how you pronounce it?
No, you know it's a black guy.
Oh, no, I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
How about you? Who's your celebrity hall pass?
Well, I get no hall pass, and
Yeah.
on homeless women. I can fuck whoever I want. But my celebrity crush, it'd be someone in pornography.
Right. How about you, John?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
Anna
John.
Kendrick. Anna Kendrick.
I do like her, but
like
it
her.
shows you're a pederast.
Yeah, what's your point? Fucking cut to the chase, Michael. What are you getting at? Yeah,
I
I
know.
know. We've all
I
seen my
know.
criminal record.
I know.
What is the self-grooming regiment that you fail to keep up on a regular basis? Maybe your least likely grooming
Probably fingernails.
fingernails?
You're asking a guy whose most dangerous part of his daily life is taking a shower. Literally, you're asking that question to that guy.
Shower. Okay, thanks. Shower. Fine. Fine. How about you, John?
I don't like that I have to answer after Michael because all of his answers.
You want me
are
to change
very,
the
like,
order?
No.
I can change the order,
Yeah, let
John.
me go last.
It makes me feel bad that he's like, oh, I try not to drown every day in the bathtub, and then I'm like, oh yeah, sometimes I don't cut my fingernails.
What would be your last meal if you were on death row? What would be your last meal
I
on
don't
death
know.
row?
Something stupid.
Black ass.
It's not your turn, man. It's not your turn. Colette is next.
Black ass.
What's your last meal if you were going to get your little neck snapped?
Chicken brains.
Chicken brains. Okay,
they
we're going
don't-
to ask you to leave.
That's a great callback.
That's a great callback. That's good
Oh,
writing.
that's very good.
You know, they don't do last meals anymore because people kept asking for just like eccentric things.
Unlimited pasta
Yeah.
from Olive Garden.
Yeah. yeah, that's it.
What would be
Is
your
it
last
shrimp
meal?
week at Red Lobster?
My last meal would be the best pizza I've had, which is
Little Caesars.
local.
Oh, so I thought you were going to say masa.
Home slice.
My saying that Echo Park was amazing, but Vivo
303. Yeah, the Detroit style
Oh
pizza.
my god, that shit is good, but it ruins you for night.
Do you have something that's going to smell? You ready for that?
Okay, what's the question now?
Okay. Do you like the smell of this?
Yes.
Hand it over to, what's his name?
It's been in Brian's ass all day.
Oh,
Yes, I
what
like
is that,
it.
mango?
Yes,
something
like a
It's
fruity?
not a mango.
pear mango or something.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Well, the answer is no. It sucks because it smells like cat pee.
Oh.
No.
Well, we'll cut that part.
Oh, a cat.
We touched it.
What is that, a nectarine?
Yeah, isn't it a nectarine? Guava.
Lava.
And while I agree, like if you smell it, if you hold it in your hand and put it in your nose, it smells good. But when you have it in your house, it just makes the whole house smell like a cat peed everywhere.
Wow.
Really?
Can I change my answer? You just told everybody it smells like cat piss after we all went, oh yeah, it smells really good. So now we look like fucking serial killers.
How many pets do you have here? 2?
Two dogs.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to do a speed round now because we're coming to the end of the podcast. But there is some pertinent information that I want to ask.
I love how you have 10 questions, but then you read like 30.
Yeah.
It's like one of my kid Tony says.
What is your fondest memory growing up?
Me?
No, not you.
Definitely getting my pecker touch.
Okay, that was good. How about you, John?
My parents' divorce.
Fondest?
Yeah.
What about you, Coletta?
Getting my period when I was 11.
God, you are all callbacks now.
You ever had sex in an automobile?
Did I ever have what?
Sex in an automobile?
Once.
When,
Say,
John?
yeah, but when you say automobile, I picture like a Model T, you know? Yeah, cranking it.
cop car.
Have you ever had law enforcement dispatched to your private residence for any reason?
Yeah.
John?
Like, have I? Like, did I call them? Or was somebody else call them?
Somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
How about you, Coletta?
No.
Do you believe in God?
No.
You believe in God?
Listen.
Do you believe in God?
I swore in on a Quran.
Have you ever considered hurting yourself, John?
Yeah, this whole podcast.
Oh, my word. You're not having any fun? Have you ever considered hurting yourself?
I think God's doing a pretty good job of it.
What is this show?
You were on this show already. You know exactly what it is. Do you know, have you ever considered hurting your pretty little face or your head or your legs or anything?
Just thinking about driving my car into the river count.
Right. Okay, so we're not going to get any real answers out of any of you people.
Yeah, that is weird, Brian. This is like, I think, the first time where no one really answered the questions
Nobody
at
really
all.
wants to play. Nobody wants to.
Well, it's like, where does it stop? We're going to be looking at pictures, and you're going to be like,
Well,
what does this remind you of?
let me ask you what you're
What, Brian?
What do you want to happen here?
Nothing. I just don't. I can't catch on to the direction.
You know, you're right. I want to talk more about suicide.
Suicide is not as. Suicide is something else.
What?
Painless.
You just asked him when he ever thought about hurting yourself. Didn't he meet a Charlie horse?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Cutting?
Yeah, like he meant like, have you ever gotten a tattoo?
I can't break down the questions. The questions are self-explanatory. It could be
No.
cutting. It could be hating, hanging. It could be scratching. It could be. You know, I don't want to get into it.
Emotional trauma, stand-up, tattoos, piercings.
I know.
All right, let me ask you this: what was your best comedy experience?
Oh, definitely. Honestly, they came upping. I have a few. May I mention them or are there rules?
How about you? Would you have a favorite comedy special experience?
No. I mean, let fucking Iron Man list off his list.
Hey,
while I
it's
think about
his
it.
show.
How about you? You got anything you want to talk about? Ask yourself any question you
I
want.
met Joan Rivers when I was 13.
Oh, that's cool.
Where?
Where? In Buffalo, New York, at Kleinhand's Music Hall after she performed.
That was right after. It was 2 years after your first period.
That
Oh
is
my
correct.
God.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you guys for coming on Dead Air. I mean, this has just been just terrific. I'm glad that you decided to sit in.
Why, thank you for having me.
Do you want to plug anything while you're here?
No, I'm good.
The shopping cart book. Is there an Amazon link or something?
She's a doll.
Might as well kept his fucking last name. Obviously cares about his shopping cart.
How about you, Michael? Do you want to plug anything
Yes.
before you go?
I changed my website. It's now michaellehrer.rocks.
Say it again.
michaellehrer.rocks.
Okay, michaellehrer.rocks.
Yeah. And that's it. And then, I have 100 videos on there. And then on Instagram, I'm at Michael Lehrer Comedy. I'm always selling shit. That's it.
By the way, this is my favorite video of Michael's.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I like this one
Yeah,
too. Watch
okay.
this. Watch this.
No.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I heard you got like legitimately pretty fucked up by that.
I mean, in relation to my normal, no, but I was bruised on my side for a while.
And that was about a month after he had fallen out of his chair. Month and a half.
I don't know.
Yeah. So it was 2 falls in a short period of time.
Yeah, and I was drunk, and she was screaming at me, and we left Fondest and like, we're breaking up for the dump. I'm like, justifying being drunk and hitting a half pipe. I'm like, you don't understand.
How about you, John? Do you want to plug anything?
Follow me on Instagram, John Wolf Comedy, not Josh Wolf. Fuck that guy. I got a new website, michaelelayer.com. I just got the domain recently.
Oh, yeah. Good. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. I'm really excited about it.
Thank you. I like michaelelayer.rocks and only costs $8.
And Brian, what do you got for us?
Secret show every Thursday at Vulcan Gas Company and Kill Tony every Monday at Vulcan Gas Company.
Now, I want to make an announcement that I have to go to a wedding back east, so Dead Air will be dark. Dead Air Austin will be dark for a few weeks or several weeks, so stay tuned. You can always look at the past episodes of Dead Air.
And your YouTube, because you will probably still be updating your YouTube page.
Right. I'll contribute to that as well. I'm on Patreon, and I also have an announcement about if you like Dead Air, in the future there might be Dead Air LA for you. So look for that in the future. I'm coming back to Austin, and I'm going to continue Dead Air Austin. There's no doubt about that. So I want to thank every one of you for being here today.
So Texas already kicked you out?
No, I'm only going back for the wedding. I'll be back. If you want, how could I leave Austin? I mean, the comedy's every time, every place. It's off the chain. The audiences are great.
Amazing.
You know, no offense to Hollywood or where I came from, but I've had a whole new experience here with stand-up comedy. I've been living in a box in Hollywood for 25 years, a literal box. And that box has been opened up coming to Austin.
Are you getting from all
Am I getting emotional? I think I am.
No, from all this, you know, we got here around the same time.
Yeah.
And we're like experienced this amazing audiences and menus and comedy. My question is, are you getting any pussy from it?
Ooh. A pussy from it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't.
Oh, that's not what I heard.
No. The wheelchair is a deal breaker.
No.
No one's more charismatic than me. And I'm handsome and all that.
Cosmeric?
They can smell the piss on me.
So, and the audiences, I have to tell you, Brian knows, John as well. I don't know what you know, Coletter. But the audiences are just great. They just come to laugh. They don't come to get discovered. They don't come there with chips on their shoulder in the door. And they're the friendliest, nicest, good-lookingest people I've ever seen. Aren't they beautiful people out here?
Well,
just beautiful people.
You do realize that Tony has been threatening. Tony's friend got knocked out at the bar. We've been bodyguards and all sorts of ratchet shit happening. So everything you just said is bullshit.
If you want a Dead Air
Mad Max. This is
if you want a Dead Air T-shirt, deadair.store, I think you can get them over there. I want to thank each and every one, Brian, and I'll see you on the rebound when I get back in town. And stay safe, stay away from the lightning, and let the wheelchairs pass first, I guess.
I don't care.